Hello and welcome to OneClay Portal. This is video number 4 in the Survival Guide series. This is a guide, we hope, that will help maybe accompany the written word. We've given you a survival guide, and we're hoping this is an accompaniment to that, so that you're not only having a step-by-step guide, but you also have the video format that maybe will walk you through it. So as you all probably remember, if you've been watching the series, we had the very first video series we had was about browsers, setting your browser up. The second one was about pre-login, getting ready before you actually log into the program. And the third one was about logging in. And then once you've logged in, just kind of making your way, kind of a precursor, just around the basics of kind of getting around. This particular one is probably my favorite because it's the real reason why we have the OneClay portal, and that is because of the single sign-on handshake agreement, if you want to look at it that way, between OneClay portal and all of your different applications that we have out there, and all the different ones that we go in every single day with different passwords. So our goal here is that this is made easier because of OneClay portal. So the way I look at this, it's only going to be made easier is if you educate yourself, and that's what the purpose of these videos are, is to get yourself educated, help other people in getting educated in how to really effectively use OneClay portal. So let's jump right into it. We'll go ahead and start right where we left off with my desktop up. I'm logged in into OneClay portal. My desktop is showing. As you can see, I have a lot of applications here. I use a lot, but there are a lot that I don't right now. But I'm learning them as well as you all do. So I'm excited. You all will not see this many, but let's hit some of the big ones. My favorite, the one I'm in all the time, is the Office 365 webmail. And I'm at home doing this video. So normally when I'm at home and I click on Office 365 for the first time, I actually have to log in just to kind of say, hey, this really is me, with my username and password. If I'm inside the district anywhere, in a school or in the county office or the teacher training center, I will not have to log in again. So that single sign-on truly will exist. So I've already been in here tonight, so doing email. So it will automatically log me in. I do not have to put my username and password in. As you can see, let me just kind of direct your attention up here to the top right corner where the minimize button is. And then the X button. Let's go ahead and minimize this, and this shows you that my OneClay portal is still open. So what I do as I'm working is I just minimize these, and I go back down here and I work in my email, and I find what I need to do or what I need to send a message to, minimize it, and go back in and work in something else. So that's kind of how I work within the program and make it work for me as best I can. So let's move right along to the service desk, which is kind of an important one to know. I clicked on that earlier, but here's the neat thing about the service desk. When you click on it, it automatically does this handshake. It has the user ID and the password already logged in there, and it takes me straight in. As you can see, welcome Linda Shriver. So it shows that I'm logged into IssueTrack, and I can go right ahead and click in and do what I need to do as far as an issue track. So again, I can minimize that and keep it open if it's something I work in frequently, or in this case I don't, so I'm going to put an X there and X that out. Notice I'm not ever Xing out OneClay portal. OneClay portal needs to stay open the whole time if I'm going to effectively use it. So let's go to PD360, which I do use frequently, and I do keep up frequently. So here's PD360. For those of you that don't know anything about it, go find it. It's amazing. This one has opened it up, but let me show you what it's done. Just don't get confused. Sometimes this happens, and for some reason lately it's been doing it with PD360. I'm going to minimize where I had my OneClay portal, and I don't know if you noticed it for a second there. It was loading up, and it takes some time in PD360. The first and second times you go in there, it'll take a while to load up. I've already been in it once tonight, so it didn't take long at all to load up. But I can use that again. If I find myself using it frequently, I'll minimize it. If I don't feel like I'm going to use it anymore that night, I'll just go ahead and X out. But remember, and I'll hit the square. Whoops, let me hit it again. Remember that just underneath here, oops, my PowerPoint is there, just underneath there is my OneClay portal. So I've got OneClay portal always open there for me. So I just minimize that, and I'm going to go ahead and close up my PD360. And then I'm going to go ahead down here to my tray at the bottom, and I've got still my email open and my OneClay portal. So I'll go back to OneClay portal and show you all my favorite, because I'm constantly leaving things at work and forgetting to bring certain things home. I can actually carry my files with me, and this is my H drive. For those of you that are frequent users of your H drive, you will love this. I can click on my files, and it opens it up, and it automatically logs in or gives a handshake agreement to my H drive. Now, come on, is that pretty amazing or what? And I can hit run. This will come up, so you hit run, or do not show this again for apps from the publisher and location above. So you know you don't want Stoneware this to keep coming up, so you can click there and hit run. And if you're familiar with the CoShare self-service installer, we've put that inside there for everyone. And then that's where you can load up your Java, you can load up your different programs and stuff like that without needing a admin. So, and then your H drive, and this is what I love. I can click in here and open up my H drive and be, you know, home at night working on whatever I need to be working on. So it's pretty exciting that all this then is there for me. So to close, oh, well, let me also, before I close it up, I close it up with that X right there, but before I close it up, I want to share this file uploader with you. If I'm at home and I work on a project, I can actually upload it to my H drive. So I am pretty much paperless if I want to really think of it that way. It's pretty exciting. Now notice that this one did not open up in another tab. So I'm not going to close this up here. My files actually opens up inside the OneClay portal. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that X, and it brings me straight back to there. Now Navigator Plus I kind of saved near the end because it does something a little different. Navigator Plus, if you double click on it, the first time it's going to ask you to confirm your identity. Is this really you? It's going to prompt you to put in your login credentials. What it's wanting you to do is it's wanting to say, for the very first time, we just want to make sure it really is you. So it's going to ask you to put in your username and password and actually share that information with what's called a lockbox. And I'll show you that lockbox in password maintenance in just a minute, but I've already gone through all that, so it's kind of, unfortunately, it's harder for me to show you that. But what that does is opens up Navigator Plus in another window, just like you see here, and it's going to accept that I have that username and password and log me in. So, and again, I can set it so that that saves the password. Let me go real quick while I'm on this topic and show you all the password maintenance, and that's going to be in the account section. So under account, you see password manager, and if you double click on password manager, it opens up, and it's going to ask you, hey, who is this? You know, so you confirm that you are, and all it's asking for is your password. And then hit submit. And this is where you can actually change and update some of those passwords, passwords that you have, where you have that handshake agreement, where you actually have a lockbox on. And I'll tell you the ones that are like that. I can tell you that Navigator Plus is like that. I can tell you that Learning.com is like that. Google Calendar is like that. Evernote is like that. Discovery Ed is like that. So just so that you know, that's actually where you can click on, in this case, Navigator Plus, and put in your username and your password, and it stores it here for you. So then when it's time that it needs to pull that, it will pull it from this spot. So instead of automatically doing it, you know, through the behind the OneClay portal, this is actually doing it kind of in your face, so you could change it and edit it. So a little confusing, but in time it'll kind of make sense. And that's password manager, just for your memory sake, under account. So it's under the account and then password manager. So let's go back to desktop and hit the one that I am in every single day, all day long, and that is Blackboard. So we'll click on Blackboard. Now, please let me make sure that you understand, in your booklet, this is expressed to you in kind of detail. It tells you that if you are in this particular browser, you'll need to do this. If you're in this particular browser, you need to do that. Use those notes that are in there. I'm going to assume for now that we are using the Firefox. It works the same, if not easier, in Internet Explorer. So we're going to click on Blackboard, and it's going to say, hey, security warning, is this okay? And you push continue, and Blackboard will load up. Now, the very first time you do this, guys, I'm telling you now, if you're doing it in Firefox, a blank screen will pop up, and there'll be a little teeny shield in the top left corner up here, and you can't see it because I've not done it, but there'll be a teeny tiny, I've already done it, there'll be a teeny tiny shield up here, and all you'll do is click on that shield, and you'll say disable protection of this page, and hit OK, and you're fine, and then you'll get what I just got, an automatic login. And look, for a minute, I am logged in as Linda Shriver. I haven't had to go and log in anything else. So at this point, my hope is you're pretty psyched about this. This is really an exciting piece that's come to us, and I think it's going to be a time saver and something kind of, where is this now and where do I keep that? But it'll all be inside OneClay portal. So let's get out of Blackboard for just a minute, and again, Blackboard opened up in a separate tab, so we're going to go ahead and X out, or if you do use Blackboard constantly throughout the day like I do, you can minimize it. And then Focus. Focus is one that we all use during the day, and if you click on it, it will go ahead, and you saw it pop up there for a second, and then it automatically will link in. So pretty neat stuff. The last area that we're going to talk about today is your local Microsoft desktop applications. So if you are logged on to a Windows desktop PC, one at the office or one that has Word, or it's a Windows-based PC, you're going to see these following icons. You're going to see Access, you'll see Word, OneNote, of course Outlook, Publisher, PowerPoint, and let's say you're going to be using PowerPoint. You can actually open it from this desktop here. You don't have to go into your Start menu down at the bottom left and click on it and open up PowerPoint there. You can actually double click on it and it opens it up there. And it kind of pulls and says, okay, where am I pulling it from? And it launches it. So there's your PowerPoint. Pretty neat stuff. We'll go ahead and close that out. Again, it's opening up or popping up in another window. And of course, that's true with Publisher, Word, Visio, OneNote, all those goodies. So you'll Excel, you'll have all of those available there. You might also see unique ones like Evernote that we have in there, and as applications become available, we'll push them out. And I can't even, the tip of the iceberg, begin to explain to you the number of things that we're going to be pushing out to you all, as the time comes. So just understand that this is really just, the surface, and we're really excited about the things to come. The next video is going to be on the Instructional Applications tab, this one here. So we'll go into that one, and that'll be a brief one, but it's probably full of lots of questions. So again, if you have questions on this particular video or any others, please don't hesitate to call the service desk and ask for, ask any of your questions that you might have. Thank you, and have a great day.